Twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so busking in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, take us that star, Spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the frame.
Welcome to the Country Club, everybody. How are we today? It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood. Yeah, well, you know, it's another day anyway. So how is everybody this afternoon? I only got one watching, so ain't very many of you. This is just going to be a short stream. I don't have an interview tonight for you. I am kind of fed up, really. Yeah, kind of fed up with it. And about fed up with the stinking internet too, believe it or not. I did move my modem back inside since I can't do any better. So, anywho, it's 6 o'clock on a Wednesday evening, and gone all day and come home to a print that really, really upset me. And the problem is that there was no reason for it. It just absolutely zero reasons for the issues that this thing is having. I mean, none. I don't understand it. I don't really care to understand it. And I'm just about fed up with it. I'm about to take it off the machine, set it in a drawer, and leave it there. And that's the MMU2. The MMU2 is a multi-material unit for the Prusa Mark III. And when it works, it's a fantastic piece of machinery. When it works. And there's no rhyme or reason why it doesn't work. I'm not using cheap filaments. My calibrations are all correct. It will print one model perfectly fine with said filament. Then the next model, it fails. It fails on one filament, then it'll fail on another filament. Then you'll print the model and it'll work perfectly again. Why? Why does it have to fail damn near every time? What's up, 3D Gustner? How are you? But I am just about fed up with this $300 piece of crap. And I hate to say that because, like I said, when it works, it works. And it it creates beautiful prints, and I didn't bring any over here from the house, and I should have, but I didn't. I'm just at my wit's end when it comes to this machine, or this piece of equipment on this machine. And I put it back on the shelf today. I'm like, I'm done. Because it prints. Why does it print for 10 hours and then decide it wants to fail? Filament? No. Clip the filament off, changed it, stuck it right back in, everything works perfectly. For another 4 or 5 hours, then it does the same thing on a different filament. It's only 2 filaments. The other one been printing perfect for 15 hours. Why? And it takes so long for it to realize that it's messed up, okay? There are so many sensors on this machine. We shouldn't have this issue. We shouldn't have this issue with this piece of machinery. It's got a filament sensor at the top. It's got a filament sensor at the bottom. Those two can talk to each other. I don't see why not. I'll go ahead and open that, Gusner. Thank you for sending me the link. But there's no reason that they can't talk to each other. When it passes through this filament sensor and it's triggered, there's a certain distance that it is to the next filament sensor. Fixing your filament distance and all that shouldn't even have to be done. I mean, don't get me wrong, it takes somebody smarter than me to do the math, but it should still be able to be done. So here, let's look. Let's just look. I started last night on my stream. I started the print of Adalinda's Dragon in 2 colors. 2 pretty colors, by the way. They're very, very nice colors. So I'm gonna show those off right now. Here's the tabletop image. There. Okay? And it printed all the way up to right there where you see that layer skip. And that's not a shift, it's a skip. It skipped 1, 2, 3 layers, I don't know. Only the purple filament, okay? Only the purple filament skipped. And then, when you come in to fix it, it was the gray filament that was jammed. It wasn't even the purple. So how did it not skip the gray when the gray was the one that was jammed? So then it printed after that. It's another 2 hours worth of printing. It gets up to here, and then the purple one jams, like the gray one did earlier. 12, 13, 14 hours, whatever it was printing. And like I said, look at this. When it's printing, look at that. It's freaking fantastic when it's printing. But when it fails, I mean, it just fails just randomly and stupidly. I don't understand it. I do not get it. What's up, Mama? Radio Man, how are you? Yeah, man, and I appreciate that, Radio Man. I let it run, and then, you know, at 8 o'clock this morning, after running 12, 13 hours, whatever it was up to there, then it skips a layer and jams the gray filament, which, like I said, if you look close, right here on the, let me get it in the camera, right here where the layer shift is, there's no problem with the gray, which is the one that jammed. And I may have to try that firmware, the new firmware. I may have to try that. But it's Bruce's machine. I will, Gusner. Thank you. And then I come back in, took out the gray, redid it. There you go. Print's perfect. Not a problem. None whatsoever. Not any issue whatsoever. It prints great. Perfectly. Perfect print. I mean, fantastic print. Just fantastic. Oh, this is my first country tree frog, by the way, in the new place. So I don't know what to do. But I know that it's just like before, which the thing is, I think when I shut it down the last time, I had done 5, 6 prints in a row that were perfect. 5 or 6 perfect prints in a row. And then I put it down and just started it up yesterday. Well, the thing is, customer, if it's not free to those that already have this thing, I mean, it's already $318 right there, sitting on top of that machine. $318. That doesn't work. Well, sort of works, kind of works, works every now and again. You know, when I first got mine, the gears wouldn't even fit on the shaft. I had 2 gears, 3 gears, 2 gears that wouldn't even go on the shaft. I had to hammer them on and hammer them off. I am so aggravated with this. I mean, it is beyond aggravating, guys. It really is. There's no reason that this thing should do what it does. No reason. So I'm like I said, I'm at a loss. I'm 100% sure I don't know what the hell is going on. And like, Guster, you do a lot with it, right? I mean, you do a lot with your multi-material unit, and you're running this new, what do you call it, Zero Beast firmware? I mean, it shouldn't be that difficult. What's up, Robert Reynolds? John Degenstein? What's the downside? There's not. There's really not a downside to using alternate firmware. I don't call it a downside, man. It's just that when you buy a machine, or a piece of a machine, because it's not even a machine by itself, it won't do a damn thing by itself. You have to have an MK3. So when you buy this machine for $318 shipped to my door, that was with shipping and everything, you should be able to use their software to make it work. Now, I understand, you know, when you buy a knockoff or you buy something else, or, you know, something that you know, there's completely better stuff out there for, but you're trying to get off cheap, that's fine. But this is not. This is name brand from the company. I buy their stuff to support the research that they do. That's why I spend the money with Prusa. Okay? It's not because there aren't machines out there that print well, because there are other machines that you can get that print well. For the most part, when you press print on the Mark III, it just prints, and that's a good thing. But not with the MMU. That has not been the case. And I understand that it's a great machine, but too much of this. And look, it's not only just this that's gone. Okay, here. It's not just that much filament that's gone either. That block right there is solid. Okay, there's no give. There's no. It is a solid block of PLA. And I understand the purge block. I have no problem with the purge block. I didn't do anything to reduce the purge block on this. This and this is a waste. And it's a monetary waste every time it fails. Well, that is absolutely about the only part that is a downside. But I'm not sure that there's I don't know that there's a way they could tell. Well, seeing suit logs, I've never heard of you. Maybe. We'll see. .42 Alpha 3. I hear you. I'll look in their logs, man, and I'll check it out. I might just give you one on this. Hey, Suit Log, how are you doing? You got a channel. Anybody wants to see it can click on your channel from your icon there. But I have not read the release notes yet. Are you talking about the for the what is it, Zero Beast stuff? I haven't even looked at this yet, man. What's up, Dustin? Now is this for the MK3 and the MMU, or just no? It's the MK3 as well. So I have to put the MK3 on there plus the MMU. Okay, I got you. Robert Reynolds, right now you can't really get your hands on the Kuntry colors yet. I got to come into some more money so I can get them on the market. No, this is not Ultra. This is some other stuff I've been evaluating, but man, they are fine filament. Anyway, I didn't want to talk about that. Revamped Outdoors, as far as doing two colors to get them to stick together, no, not if they're the same material. I mean, unless your model is not put together. You're saying there's gaps between them, some space between them. So I don't know. I don't know why there would be space between them. But it's anyway. That's all I came on. I came on here to rant about this friggin' MMU because there's no sense in that. Like I said, was it yesterday or day before? With that MMU sitting on top of it, that's a $1,200 printer over there. No, build it. I did not. Oh, that's what my gap is, yes. But I think Revamp was saying that his are leaving space between them. But I am just, I'm right now, I mean, unless something changes, I'm fed up with multi-material unit on the Prusa. And I ain't got the money for a pallet, so I'd like to have a pallet. That would be cool. Somebody's calling my house and I'm not answering.
Call from 888-611-6904.
Anyway, what's up, Matt? How are you, buddy? Did you have a good day at work today? Yeah, no, I mean, it was turning out great, man. I mean, look at the bottom half of that print. And I broke the leg off getting it off the table, but I mean, even the feet. Look at that. Now, that's the one part where Adalinda, even the one color does that, because you should put support there, but I don't know anybody that does. But look at that print, man. I mean, down the back, look at this. The MK3 prints like nobody's business. I am not complaining about the MK3 at all. But they need to do something about the MMU2. Because the MMU2 is on the verge of being a failure as a machine. Now, I know Chris Riley has done several prints, and he continues to do lots of prints, but I think he still has lots of failures. He just eats it and doesn't care. But I'm sorry, that right there, that's a lot of filament and a lot of time to just eat and, you know, to eat and be done with. It is. I mean, that's 13, 14 hours worth of printing that's gone, just gone. And I know that printers fail. I know things come loose from the bed. But if your filament's not bad, okay, and it's continuously, you know, feeding like it's supposed to, and the print doesn't come off of the bed, you really shouldn't have any failures. I understand there are things like layer skips or, you know, shifts and all that other stuff that happen. But the Prusa is supposed to mitigate that with its sensors. With the drivers, the TMC drivers. It's supposed to know that it hit something and go try to do it again. Do I have any theories? No, I don't. That's the problem. Absolutely not. Well, I do know. The gray filament on the first time didn't unload all the way. So whenever the head went to move, it just folded the gray filament over and jammed. And it did the same thing with the purple, I don't know, 2-3 hours after that, and folded the purple over the other way. So yeah. Cool, Gusner. I'm going to have to check it out, man. I will have to check it out. But I just had to get on here and talk about it, because you don't see anything on the MMU2 anymore. You don't see anything, you really don't even see a lot on the pallet. I mean, it's like people decided that multi-material wasn't the way to go. But when it gets done right, it will be fantastic. When it gets done right, it will be fantastic. So, I'm at a loss, man. I'm at a loss as to what to do for the MMU2, and I may try it out. And I may shoot a video just on that, Gusner, on putting in and setting up the, what'd you call it? The beast? What's this? Beast? It's at the bottom of this thing. Zero Beast firmware for the Prusa. I may try that. I may shoot a video and actually put it together and do it. What's up, Thomas M. Ross? You're more interested in the Getek blending? I understand that. You can get some cool results with blending. But I mean, that's got to put in its own issues. Its own set of issues has to come along with that. So I mean, that's just what it is. I mean, it is what it is, and it's great that, you know, people have good results and then people have bad results. The first Adalinda I did that has the block in it is perfect. What's up, Tristan? Perfect. But the purge block is in the wing. I've got some benchies that are great. I've got some snakes that are great. I've got some frogs that are great. But for every great one, there's 5 of them that go in the trash. And like I said, you know, when I spend $180 or $190 on a printer, I know I got to tinker. I know I have to do things to make it work better, for the most part. Okay? I understand that. I understand that that price comes with its own set of problems. But at $1,200 for that combination over there, shouldn't come with those problems. Hey Llama, I like that picture today too, man. I went and saw that in the Gmail. Should be happy, dude. What now, Tony Ryan? What do you mean, what now? What's never? Tristan, that's a good question. That's a good question. I'll be there. Here. Here, let me pull it back up. Looks great right there, right? Whatever the stock is, Tony Ryan, I didn't do anything. I did nothing to this. Nothing at all to this model. Getting there though, Llama. The gray filament jammed where the layer skip is right here. That's where it jammed. And then this, I pulled it off when the purple jammed. I'm like, it's gonna skip a layer again. It's an unusable print. It's weak, the tail's breaking. I mean, that's fine, but then I broke the foot off anyway, getting it off the damn bed. Oh, it didn't jam in the printer, it jammed in the multi-material unit, John. Yeah, I typed, Tristan, I typed on the chat that I was finishing it. No, yeah, kinda, I guess. It's in the switching mechanism that switches colors. Yeah, I know. That's the problem, Brian, is that it goes well for so long, and like I said, this is a loss of filament. Okay, this much filament goes away, but then you also have this, which is a solid block of filament. It's a solid block. I mean, it is what it is. So I may do that. Gusner, I may do a video specifically setting up the Zero Beast firmware and trying it out and seeing how that works. So okay, hold on, I'll show you. Let me set this on the table. You have to excuse the rest of the mess on the table. Let me hit the overhead. What happens is this head moves back and forth to do your selection, okay? So when this, and I know my face is out of frame, let me pop this up just a little bit. So when this part moves back and forth, the filament has to be out of the path, John. Okay? So what happened was that on the first jam, the gray was not out of the way, so it folded the filament over up underneath the mechanism. Okay? And then on the second pass, it pushed the purple over and did it. No, these are not slipping again. I mean, the thing is, Tristan, if they were slipping again, okay, here's the problem. If they're slipping again, then, oh, I gotta go down a little more. I ain't quite far enough. Let me get this back out of the way. The problem is if they're slipping, then they're slipping intermittently because I did 15 hours worth of printing and then it fails. I mean, really? I mean, you print that long and then it just, how are my tips? Oh, tips are great. Hold on. Let me see. Let me find my purple. Yeah, here we go. Well, now you have to understand that I ripped this out. And it's pointed. It's not perfect tip, but it's pointed and it's decent. Nothing wrong with the tip. It's not gonna focus. Come on, focus. It ain't gonna focus. As good as you get. There was no string. There was nothing. I checked them when I took them out. That's what's so aggravating. Yeah, it is. They were perfect. I looked, there was no string, no messed up tips, no nothing. Everything was perfect. Well, and that would be great. I mean, it's got to have TMC drivers on it because the way that it homes and goes back and forth, it uses sensorless homing. So I don't know why it can't have, skip detection or whatever. Oh, it's not, Tony. Their slick is great. I mean, it's perfect. It's a perfect route. I mean, there's no friction, no nothing. Yeah, some of the first things I checked, man, before I even started to print. I did that yesterday before I even updated the firmware. So I don't know, guys. I'm aggravated, and so we may just have to move on to the other firmware and get it done that way. But I'm not going to stay on here long. I just got on here to rant and to talk about the experience with the print, and the experience so far with the MMU2 has not been a positive one from the day I got it. That's exactly right, Tristan. It didn't pull out far enough. Yeah, I cut mine off, man. I mean, they're 4 inches long. I think somebody said theirs were only like an inch long. I think that was Iron Joe. Said his were like an inch long, and that was it. It was just there to have it, as a guide. You may be right. But I got to get over here, guys. My wife just got home, and I wasn't going to stream tonight. Wasn't supposed to stream tonight. I will not be on tomorrow night. I'll be on Saturday morning, and we'll talk about it some more then. But thanks, Gusner, for the links. I may go out and I may actually do kind of a Chris Riley video of doing parts of it and testing it and all that stuff. Yeah. The thing is, Tony, they've been that way for 3 months, and it's done perfect prints and it's done crap prints. You're welcome, John. Not a problem, buddy. But anyway, guys, I hope I do too, Radio Man. Thank you. I appreciate it. And we'll see y'all Saturday morning on the morning stream. But, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, a thumbs down. Leave a comment below and let me know why you didn't. It is what it is. Thank y'all for being here. Y'all have a good night.